Okay, everything should be working. Looks like there's 2 people in the chat. If you could say something just to let me know that you can hear me, because I don't have many ways to check if it's coming through the stream side. Just anything would work. And there should be a bit of latency, that kind of unavoidable really. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, that took a bit longer than I thought it would. I went ahead and checked some things as well on the side while we did that, but we should be able to go ahead and do this. And it should switch over in just a second on its own, if it hasn't already. But today we are doing some pretty simple tasks. Basically, there are some farms I want to get set up that I haven't had the time to do between episodes, like filling this farm out with stuff that we need regularly from Mystical Agriculture, setting up the create system to automatically gather all of this Infernium, because coming over and right-clicking is a little, well, I don't like to do it. It just takes time, and I need a lot of Infernium, and this is not the most effective way to get it. So we'll be setting up that, and there's also some farms I want to set up in the end. And oh, hello. Yeah, so we've had a couple of villagers move into our house, and I do not like that song. We'll move on to a different one. Okay, but we're going to set up some mob farms in the end, which is going to take us some time. We'll have to collect some stuff. Sound's cutting out? Okay, is it my voice audio that's cutting out? Because I think I can fix that. It might be. Can anyone else confirm if there's a bit of a connection issue with my voice? Because if there is, I will want to get that fixed. While we wait on that. Okay, that's good. Thank you. And so we're going to be basically just setting up a bunch of different farms today. So we're going to be using a lot of these. So as you can tell, in all of my mining expeditions and everything, I've been collecting the spawners that I find randomly throughout. And, well, yeah, there's a lot of them. Wait, are you watching this from work? I don't know if you should be doing that, but I mean, I appreciate it. Well, thank you. I did some testing beforehand. There's a preview system in YouTube Live, but things should be working okay. But yeah, we're going to be using a bunch of these to set up farms in the end, and we're actually going to use the copious amount of instone that we got to do so, and we'll make some vector plates as well to set up a couple automated farms. And if possible, we may also set them up like the farms that we have down here that already exist with the blood altars, so we can set up a large blood network, because I did some testing on my private world and these blood altars work cross-dimensionally. So okay, you're on your lunch, that makes a lot more sense. But these blood altars work cross-dimensionally, so we can set them up in the end, fill them up, and still have access to that blood in our blood network, and it's not going to like impair us at all. And a lot of the rituals that I want to build with blood magic are a little too big to put anywhere here in the overworld, and I really just don't want to work with the low amount of space the overworld has. So lasting on this particular mod pack is actually quite easy. It's just once you get past the, like, I'd say like first 25-30 days, if you set things up right, you're really not going to have any difficulty for surviving another couple hundred. Now, I can't say how it's going to go when we start fighting the bosses. The Botania bosses are incredibly hard. The Mana and Artifice bosses can be really difficult. The Ars Nouveau bosses are nothing to scoff at. And we still haven't touched things like the Abyss, which is one of the hardest dimensions that I've ever interacted with. I once went in with fully enchanted netherite and I got two-shot by a random zombie that was walking by. So we'll be getting into that, and the survivability we have right now is nothing. It's chips compared to what we're going to be fighting soon. And even some of the special mods or special mobs that I've ran into, like the ones that spawn from lightning, those can still three-shot me. They'll take me from my 30 hearts, that's what the yellow means. I have 30 hearts right now, and they'll take me all the way down to 3. And yeah, if I pick up the 7 curses ring, that'll make things considerably difficult, but I don't really see the reason in doing that. Maybe if we get to the end of the mod pack, I can pick that up and just see how it goes from there on, and just sort of mess around with that. But oh yeah, we have run into a dragon, but it's been the coin worm dragons. And oh, I actually did realize something. So I've been meaning to show this. Oh, that poor guy. Ah! What? He just went in. Okay. And a piglin came. He swapped. They're trading jobs, I guess. But there is a item that I've had that I didn't actually know what it did until very recently when I accidentally right-clicked with it. It creates a little floating Hey, hold on. That is... Don't just go around someone's house breaking their doors. But anyways, it makes a little cute little coin dragon thing that just hangs out. It's adorable. I didn't know they existed, and you can just right-click them to pick them back up. I don't know what they do yet, but yeah, they do something. But yeah, I do remember messing with Ice and Fire in All the Mod 6. I was messing with that with some of my friends, and we got to the dimension that has the dragons in it, and it was brutal. We had all the modium or unobtainium armor, and it still dealt a lot of damage to us. It was unreasonable. Like, we were far into the end game. We had a couple stars, and these dragons were like 2-3 shotting us with their attacks. So it was pretty bad. But anyways, we have a lot to do today, so we're definitely going to start getting into that. So let's grab some of the things we're going to need. We're going to need a lot of end stone, so we'll just probably fill our backpack with mostly that. Let's go ahead and get that. We need our food and our sword. Yeah, let's just grab all of our end stone, and obviously we can get more at the end. And we're also going to bring our spawners, so let's just take all of these. I'm not too picky on which ones we take. Now later, I'll have to take some steps to get the spawn eggs, but the spawn eggs are a little difficult to make. I was looking around on how to get a wither egg, because I'm going to need a lot of wither later, and it's actually pretty easy. I just have to make these wither skeleton charms, and I have a couple of the ribs, and I have a couple skulls. It's just going through the process to make it is a bit slow. Yeah, I did notice they come in different colors, because the one that I just used is a different color than the one I first grabbed. Oh wait, no, that's the same color. Well, I know they definitely come in different colors. I don't know which, or if there's a way to tell just from looking at this. Maybe the icon's different. But yeah, Worm Roost is a pretty easy, simple mod. I am on version... it's the 1.16. I think I haven't updated it, so it should be in the description of the video. I haven't updated because there's a problem with the next update after the version I'm on that causes there to be a lot of world rendering issues. Areas a couple chunks out will render as just giant cliffs because they changed the terrain generation, so I'm sort of holding off on updating until they fix that, maybe in the version after. Because I don't want there to be a problem like I'm going exploring and oh, suddenly a giant Farlands wall in the middle of a plains biome that turns into a jungle. It would be kind of confusing and would also mess up a lot of the terrain, and I don't want to do that. there's already a couple terrain areas that are just kind of glitchy. And we're also going to make a tablet of flight because I don't want to take any risks. So let's double check how to make that. Being in the end is always absolutely horrifying to me, so we just need that. Okay, I always forget how to make this. I've only really just made the one that we had. And we need the vexing archwood. I think it was diamond and an ender pearl, right? Yeah, okay. So we can go ahead and make that. And I should still have the ritual braziers here. I made a whole bunch of them a little while ago. Yeah, oh, the floating villages can be fun, but they're also a little kind of a nuisance. And yeah, this is how I've been getting mana. And it works insanely well. I've filled all of these at different points, and I just go through them very quickly. So we're going to take a couple of these with us, because I don't want to run out of mana while we're building stuff at the end. So let's go ahead and head out. We have most of the stuff that we need. Anything else that we need, we'll come back and make as it comes up. Oh, I did want to grab a way shrine. We're definitely going to need a way shrine. So, or a way stone, not a way shrine. But we got that, and let's go ahead and pop over to the end. We'll leave that here, we don't care about that. There we go. Floating villages can be very cool, but also very bad. And you can see over here, I built that little thing, but I haven't actually gone through it. We'll be getting an elytra later, but not going to worry about that. And I think there's been a couple updates since the version that I'm on, but yeah, I'm wanting to wait just a little bit to make sure there's not going to be any issues with updating, because of course there can be corruption, there can, oh, that could have been bad. I need to pay more attention. Good thing this is just where I carved out my end stone. Yeah, if you were wondering where I got all the end stone, it was here. The shapeless function with the pickaxe. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think we should just set up the ritual in this general vicinity, though honestly I'm not sure. Let's get a couple blocks out. Now, you're going to be a little disappointed because I actually don't know how to speed bridge. So, just gonna do this very slow. And we're going a few blocks out because we want to get out of the render distance of the main island, or at least out of the entity render distance, because I don't want any enderman spawning to mess with the mob spawners. And the conditions for the mob spawners are pretty specific, and I don't have the resources to turn off that because I would need to go find a underwater temple, and I haven't taken the time to explore the ocean because there's some pretty terrifying things out there. Like really terrifying things. I was looking for elemental nodes earlier, and I ran into something that was like this giant sea dragon. And it wasn't from Ice and Fire, but it was just generally bad. Let me... Hold on, I'm reading chat while I'm doing this. Yeah, so they made some changes to the Abyss with 2.23. I was seeing that, or 2.2.3. And, what else? 2.2.4 should add some stuff. I actually haven't messed with Mahosakai in this, and I didn't know if it was in it. Is it in the version I'm on, or was it added in a following version? Because I haven't seen it in this just yet. And Mahosakai, it's a really, really slow mod. I've messed with it before, but you have to do a lot of prep work and configuration to get everything working as intended with the mod. Usually, like, setting up some kind of mob farm like we're doing. Oh, yeah, I'm a little sorry about the, yeah, the butterfly leviathan. It was in the ocean. I shot a couple arrows at it, but they didn't do anything, and I'm not interested in running into it. You don't have to worry. I am holding shift very, very tightly. I'm going to break my shift button at this rate. But we should be far enough out so we can set this little thing up now. And grab this. And we can just set this around it. Okay, so Mahosakai isn't in this version. It's going to be added in the next. Oh, you know what? I think I brought my building wand. Did I not? Oh, wait, there it is. So we can actually just, hold on, let's activate this. Open hand, right? There we go. Come on, there we go. Okay, so now we can fly. No more worrying about that. We just have to be careful and watch our timer if we get too far away from this, or we'll fall to our death, and that will be horrible. Okay, so we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doing this for a reason, and we can, let's land so we can scroll with this and get it to restrictions none. And is it gonna work? Oh, we're out of endstone. That's why I did that. Well, that's definitely not true, but we didn't have any in our inventory. Now, hold on. So people were asking a lot for Mahosekai. It's a pretty confusing mod, if I'm honest. Like, it's not an easy mod. And it's really slow. Like, one of the slowest mods I've ever messed with, other than maybe, like, Draconic Evolution. Which, it's obviously slow because of just how expensive it is. But, yeah, it's pretty expansive. I remember messing with it, and I made a couple different types of the sword, like the Excalibur sword. And that was very interesting, but I never really got too deep into it. Let's refresh our flight buff. And we should be able to... There we go. That'll work. And we can just bring this out a bit more. The wand's going to break before we run out of endstone, but that's fine. The reason I'm stretching this out is because we're going to be building offshoots off of this, and I just want there to be enough space at the edge of each of these to build the blood altar and the sections for the individual spawner rooms. So spawner rooms are just going to follow the normal rule for spawner rooms, and which I believe is 7 across, 7 deep, and 6 tall. Oh, that tool was a builder's wand. There's a couple different type. It's not a builder's wand, but it's a type of wand. Yeah, it's from construction, so it's the construction wands. You can build a couple different types that have a number of blocks that they can place at maximum. But the infinity wand we'll make eventually once we get a nether star. Beating the wither won't be hard. We might even do that today if I feel like doing that. I have a trick for doing it that I actually learned from Chosen. I'd never messed with the wither before that, but we were using a diamond wand, which is pretty easy to make, just diamond and some sticks. But that's actually how I've been building structures so quickly, is rather than actually, like, you know, sitting down and building them, I can just right click and they get built. So let's get rid of this guy, and they'll give us some enchanting books. Very nice of them. You know, I forgot to put those away. We were messing with Mana and Artifice before I started streaming, but the recording for that just didn't get recorded, so I'll do a recap video of that later. Not too big of a deal. But we should be able to start with this. So I'll want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's about here, and we'll build up just a little bit because we're going to want them to fall. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to need another builder's wand. Do we have any wood? Of course not. Why would we? Okay. We'll just use this and we'll warp home real fast and then come back. It'll just take us a second. I have sticks in here. Yeah, I do. Okay. Then we can do a bit of this. We'll make a couple. Just to have some spares. It's always good to have spares because this is a very expensive process. And then we can just take this all the way back. And I forgot to set the waystone. So this is a little awkward. It's over here. And let's make sure to set the waystone when we get there. Now let me see. Using the overworld. Yeah, it's building the wither underneath the portal. And it works really well in vanilla, but it also works in modded. So might as well use it. There are some other tricks that we can do that are kind of unique to modpacks, but we're not going to get into those just yet. There's actually a way to set up a automated wither farm using create, and there's a I think it's Blood Magic or Ars Nouveau that lets you disable wither in a proximity. And if we do that, we can keep the wither from destroying blocks while also farming the wither using a blood altar and create to just very quickly make new withers. Okay, so we have this. We're going to place this down. This is our, not Lux or Thor, it's going to be our mob farm. There we go. So we can just come there and back anytime we need to. And now that we have our one, let's check our time. We have enough time. And we're going to build this out a little bit. So that should be 7. And I missed. And there we go. Do. And do. And this is basically the shape of it. And we'll bring it out one more on each side for the walls. And then I'll elevate that. So we just do a quick little circle, like, hold on, like this. And then this will let us bring up the walls to the height we want. So we can just do a bunch of that. Now we want this one to be 3 off the ground, so let's make it 7 tall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the ceiling, and this. And then we can just quickly fill it in. And just like that, we have our first shape for a mob farm. And we're just going to replicate this a couple of times to create the different farms that we need. Now we could fill this with whatever items we want to fill it with. Like we could make this out of any block, but just using Instone makes the most sense. And we'll put vector pads all on the ground. This will drop down into an area where we can kill them. The blood altar will be down here, and this will be blocked off, so they never are able to see us. They stand on that, and I believe we can actually do the ender plate. I think that's in this. I haven't checked. There's a specific chest type that pulls items into a nearby chest, but it might not be in this. So if it's not, then we'll set up a just simple dispenser system, or we can just rely on our backpack. But we're just going to build a couple of these and also probably lay some blocks to keep these guys from spawning because they'll mess up our stuff. So let's go on. He's gonna come back to haunt me, and that's okay. Not doing as much damage as normal. Might just be thinking I'm doing it. Or actually, I just deal more damage when I'm in the air, I guess. Maybe that's just Vorpal triggering. Must have just really good luck. Hey, buddy. Yep. Okay, they're just teleporting here, and this is going to get annoying very quickly. What are you doing in here that is killing you? You have magnetic and plagued? This is horrible. Anyways, well, let's build the rest of these. Yeah, the Ender Hopper, that's what I was thinking of. We have that? Yes, we do. Amazing. So we can use the Ender Hopper to pull items from them when we're killing them, and we're not going to flood our backpack. But let's wait for that poison to expire and build another one of these. So we're going to have to actually build a 2-block space. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So let's build this up to the height we want it. And I keep missing 56 seconds of flight. We'll have to, as we get farther out, we'll have to pay more attention to our actual flight because we'll die. And I've fallen in the void once and I don't plan to do it again. It wasn't fun. And we can do that and do. One more. Let's, yeah, I'm getting low on flight, so come over here. And refresh it. It's supposed to refresh automatically, but it doesn't always, so it pays to just be careful. Okay, so this is 7. We need to actually pull it out one more for the walls. So like that. Oh wait, I just remembered I can do that. And if we do that, we can pull it this way. There we go. So that's where we need it. We'll break this down, and I know like I'm gonna have to replace it in just a second, but I'm breaking it down so I know where the center actually is, and it's not there. It's supposed to be right here. So there's the center, and we will do this, go all the way around, and then build the walls up again. This is a very fun process, as you can tell. I'm placing a lot of endstone, a lot of blocks. It's this is very riveting, and we're just going to climb up a little bit. But these are going to be absolutely vital because I think I have in my backpack somewhere a piglin spawner. I also have a pillager spawner, and that's useful. But we probably have a piglin spawner somewhere in here. Maybe not. But anyways, we can make one, and that will let us farm gold more efficiently than like an actual piglin farm that you would make in the nether. Oh yeah, I do need to move the mana and artifice level bar. Actually, I'm not too sure on how to do that, so I haven't gotten around to doing it. It's mostly just something that never bothers me. But if it bothers you guys, I can definitely move it around. And the Evilcraft broom, we're actually, so in the episode after Mana and Artifice, we are going to be getting into Evilcraft, and it's primarily because of the broom that I want to do that. The broom and the infinite water buckets, which you require Evilcraft to make, and we'll be getting into that. But there's our next one. And yeah, the broom may fall, but turns out that you can actually use blood from blood magic as blood in Evilcraft, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue, the whole falling thing. So we can go and do this, and a bit of that, and the blood altar will go down there. So there's our 2, and 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's right. And we got 23 seconds of flight, so we're going to go back here and also plan this side out. Just work out the distance and positioning that we need. So I think it's there, right? Is that the... yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The center's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 2 blocks we don't build on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Center's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 blocks we don't build on. And we just repeat that ad nauseum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 blocks we don't build on. Just like that. Right now I am setting up a mob farm area. So we have a whole bunch of spawners. Some of them I'll keep as what they are. And some of these things I'm actually going to turn into different ones using... So this mod actually allows you to make spawn eggs. So if I need like wither skeletons, I can make using reliquary the charm fragments, which then let me make the spawn egg itself. And the spawn egg, I can use that to turn the spawner into a different type of spawner. And yeah, this does save me a lot of editing. And it also, the number one reason I want to do it is because this stuff is pretty big and also pretty dangerous to do. And it's not something I want to do off camera because I want you guys to like see this process and like learn about it. But I also understand like it might not be the best content for a video. Just overall, like I understand like it's not the most fun as far as videos go. But I do enjoy doing it. So I'm doing this in the end because first and foremost, it's less likely to lag. I can have a lot more control over the spawn conditions of each of the mobs. And most importantly, once I get it to where Endermen are not spawning in this area, there's guaranteed to be absolutely no other entities within entity render distance. So spawns will always, or the spawners will always be operating at maximum efficiency without any risk of like there being a bunch of cows spawning or zombies spawning in a cave underground. Now I could do this in the overworld by clearing out a very large section of chunks and then basically preventing entity spawning in those chunks. But that's takes a lot more time and is much more expensive than just building it in the end and then making this whole area spawn proof from Enderman. And I would just much rather do this process than clear out roughly 5 million blocks, give or take. To clear out, I think we would need an 8x8 chunk section. And yeah, that would just be a lot of work for everyone, especially me. So let's go ahead and do this. Don't like this song. I do like this one though. And we'll bring this out and I'm one low. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. I can fix that right now. And normally, I thought Instone mines faster than this. Well, we will do... Small tunnel should work. Yeah, there we go. You know, this is one of the reasons I really love vein mining, and it makes playing vanilla Minecraft a little hard. Because I would have to do that all by my hand. Yeah, you're going to fall. And if you're wondering why they aren't interacting when I look at them, like I can stare at them, they don't really care. It's because on my netherite helmet I have End Veil. And End Veil allows me to look at Endermen without triggering them and causing them to freak out and get mad at me. And that's basically a necessity if you're doing anything in the end for any length of time and you don't want to get knocked off a ledge. I need to get better at that. Feels like there's a bit of latency on my side, but that could just be in my head. But okay, let's get this raised up, and we've run out. Let's grab some more. Nope, not in there. I need to fix that. There's a setting I can turn off to prevent that from happening, but keep forgetting to do it. And raise it up. And then we'll just make the roof, and then we can move on to the next one. I need to use the build wand. Keep forgetting to use it. It's very easy to forget. And we can climb out. There we go. Open that up, and then just bring this down, make a little block. And each of these is going to have different spawners in it. Spawn proofing the area isn't difficult. I'm sure you've seen 1,000 different ways to spawn proof something from monster spawn. One of the easiest ways is snow. Just put a layer of snow everywhere. Or I think carpet on slabs works, but I haven't tested it recently. It's always something I need to double check. We go up 2. I think that's up 2. Yeah, that's up 2. And then we build this out. And we have 2 seconds of flight left. There we go. That worried me for a second. Nearly jumped off. Inveil does work in the overworld. It works on all Endermen. It's actually something I just highly recommend getting anytime that you're messing with Endermen or going, or even if you're just afraid of Endermen like I am. That honestly just makes it so much easier to get stuff done because you don't have to worry about accidentally making them mad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we need, is that right? Can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's right. And let's build this up. And we actually might not have enough endstone for this, but that's fine. If we don't get all of the spawners set up, then that's fine, and we'll just work with what we have and just see what we can get today. And let's build that one more up, and then we build the roof. Now I will, if we run out of end or endstone and like we just can't proceed with this part anymore, what we'll probably do is we'll go to the overworld and start setting up the mystical agriculture farms using create, which is considerably easier than this. It's just rail systems and a couple fancy little tricks using it, but I think that's too short. And then we bring this down, and there we go. Yeah, Malum has a thing for it, and the Project E has a thing for it, but it's a little too expensive for us to get into right now, because of course it is. It's Project E. Why would it not be expensive? Wildly so. Oh. That was almost weird. And just some of this. And then we build this out. This is always fun. But yeah, I should be able to spawn proof it as needed, but we don't really need to just this moment. Come on. Why is it not working? Did it switch? It did. Okay. And there's that. So, how is everyone doing today? There's more people in chat than I was actually expecting. To be frank, I was expecting a silent stream, or rather streaming to no one, but 6, 7 concurrent viewers. That's actually pretty good for a first stream on YouTube. Let's... Oh. That's a waste of endstone. We'll get that back. We have to because we're out. Oh no. Okay, come on. Let's get all this back. And that's our 19 endstone, and we're going to have to go grab some more. You can actually probably just take it from this tower to prevent them from... Or this tunnel thing to prevent them from spawning here. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and break that. We can start doing that. Beginner mod packs, I would definitely recommend something from like the Technic packs, either like a Feed the Beast or Feed the Beast is a different pack, but it's also really good. Something like Technic is great, even just like better Minecraft, but you don't want to start with something that's particularly heavy, just because it can be very overwhelming when you go in and there's a lot of stuff happening. I definitely wouldn't recommend anything like SevTech or RLCraft, just because they are much more complicated than other mod packs. So definitely Technic or Techit. Even Hexit is pretty good because it introduces you to some just basic mod things without going over the top like this mod pack does. All the Magic and All the Mod is a very like, they change a lot of the progression, and it makes a lot of the mods not the way they normally are. Like in this mod, you need something to progress in mystical agriculture. You need something from elemental craft, and you also need something from blood magic. Whereas normally these mods are self-isolated, so they don't need other mods to function. You're able to like do something in mystical agriculture without ever touching blood magic if you want to. And just generally you want to start with something that's not messing with the mods too much. I know Chosen right now is doing a great playthrough of Create Above and Beyond, which does do what I'm talking about. It changes the progression, but it does it in a way that makes sense and allows you to sort of progress through different technological ages and obtain space travel eventually. But I don't know how far he is in that series. I haven't kept up with it. I'm actually planning to play it myself at some point, but All the Magic is keeping me very busy. But yeah, definitely mod packs, you want to start with something relatively simple. So under 100 mods is always recommended. Especially just to find out like if your computer can handle mod packs of that size. Because like this is almost 300 mods and it's very heavy. But I've played packs that are 300 to 400 before. Oh, we forgot to fill this in. Let's fix that. Let's do this, I believe. There we go. Yeah, I always forget that we have the ability to change the restriction. Like I can switch to this and then just don't even have to prep it. Get all of our endstone in our inventory. There we go. Build up just like that. Okay. So that is all of the ones that we want to do for now. Now we're going to have to get into some spawn proofing, which shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, if I could just build right, that would be lovely. And yeah, spawn proofing is always kind of one of the more annoying things to do, but it's not horrible, it's not too difficult, it's just kind of frustrating because it's usually an arduous task. But let me check. Do you remember what the Malum spawns thing that can prevent spawning is called? Because I do not. Oh, did I build the last one a layer too short? Oh no. Okay, that's fine. We'll switch to small square and just clear this out. Whoops. That's okay. You didn't see that. Nothing happened. Just clear this out real quick. And that's restriction none. There we go. And do the same thing over here. Remove the thing that no one definitely saw. Nope. Yeah, mistakes can happen, and fortunately, it's not too bad. But I've definitely had situations where I've had such a mistake, and it went a lot worse because I had to undo a couple hours of work rather than just like a minute. Hello. Welcome, welcome. And that's the last one set up. Now we should be able to start with spawn protecting this area. So one way I like to do it is using bottom slabs. It's usually pretty reliable and doesn't require much effort. So I believe this mod, I think there's in slabs. Let me check. Yeah, there should be in stone brick slabs. So we can make a bunch of these and just lay them around. And the unfortunate fact is we can't use these for... yeah, I think there's definitely a rune that allows it. That does sound familiar. But unfortunately with the bricks, you're not able to use the build wand, so we do have to do this manually, which sucks, but it's fine. There's definitely worse things than having to right-click a whole bunch. And it's slabs, so it's necessary. But using bottom slabs should work. And if that's changed, someone will need to let me know, because it's going to be very awkward if it turns out that this isn't an effective method anymore. And I'm doing this for no reason. That would be very, very awkward indeed. Yeah, building spawn areas in the end is also... It just looks cool. Like, the end is just so pretty. Especially with this mod pack, because it has the better end mod. And it's just gorgeous all the time. And we haven't even gotten to the outer end islands yet. Which those are even more insane. Because there's different biomes. Like, there's whole biomes in the end that are like massive green forests and stuff like that. Like, it's wild. But we'll just keep doing this very fun process. Go through this block by block, and then we'll have to go into the spawners and clear them out. But we won't really need to do that until we have all of our vector plates, which those are expensive, but we have the sugar cane. I'm more concerned about the black dye, which we can just get from doing the little trick with Botania that I learned a little while ago. This is everyone's favorite part, just going in and filling it. And unfortunately, the build wand doesn't work. It might, actually. Oh, hey! I was wrong. And we just need to make more of them. We can do that, and that will give us all of them. Now we have to be careful, because if we miss, it's going to put an extra layer on top of it. Then that's going to be a real problem. Let's try and do it like this. There we go. Actually, if we do it from here, it's faster. I was never able to get the build wand to work with slabs earlier, so this is new to me. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay, and these are fine where they are. I'm very happy that the build wand ended up working. I was convinced it wouldn't. Now we just need to get these guys off. Kindling. Hello. Get off my roof. Get off my roof. Off my roof. Off my roof. You too. And place this back. We can just do this. And there we go. Now we can... Now we should actually have a bit of reach. Oh, and I think we're running out of slabs again. Wait, what? Oh, I changed it. That's why that happened. Come on. Is this just not going to work anymore? Okay. There we go. It's being fickle. Not sure why. Well, you have fun with work. Glad you could join. Even just joining for a little while helps. Oh, did that wrong. Let's grab more of this, and we can then balance the grid. Get that, and then place that, place that, place that. Fill that in. Get more in stone slabs. And we will light this area up with some cool lighting, but I'm not too worried about the aesthetics. Right now I'm just focusing on getting the area built how it's supposed to be built. Jump over here. And once we do this, there should be no spawns except inside the spawn chambers. Oh, I almost jumped off, and we do not have a way to fly. Our flight's turned off. Ooh, we just have jump boost. Okay, so let's go renew our flying. There we go. And you guys are on my roof. This needs to change. Come on. Off the roof. Off the roof. Off the roof. Yeah, and they'll still teleport there, so we can't stop them from teleporting, but if they're not spawning here, they won't teleport. The first one is... Did I miss something? Isn't as long. Oh. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just made these too big. These are right size. These two are too large. Okay. Well, that's a minor problem. So we're going to fix that. Some good old-fashioned tunnel mining. There we go. We just block in the wall. It's not too big of a deal. Thank you for noticing that. I would not have picked that up. Or I would have, and it would have been much later, and it would have annoyed me. Because the spawners probably would have already been set up, and I would have been really confused why my math was off with the, whatchamacallits, with the vector plates. And we'll clear this up. There we go. And then we have a bit more endstone, so we can build this wall back up. There we go. Here we go. All the way to the top. And let's... Do we have enough? Yeah, we have enough. And now we just go to the next one. Wanted to make sure I had enough juice in my flying before I just leaped into the void. It would be very awkward. Terrible way to end the series, though. Not that I would know anything about that. Hey, stop. But, yeah, thank you again for noticing this. I would not have picked that up. And we'll get this cleared out. Almost done. And down here, of that, and there we go. And then we just fill this in, and some stuffed aubergine, and build this up. And we're out of that, of course. Oh, I keep doing that. I need to, like, make sure to close the crafting grid. Yeah, I am definitely on hardcore. If I die, it's over. And I'm very strict about it, so even if I die for a very dumb reason, I'm not coming back. The world's gone. But, probably what's going to happen is if I die on this world, I'll probably publish it, like, post a link to it on Twitter or something, where you guys can actually, like, look around the world and just see sort of what I had going on, and maybe look at some of the builds and, like, the way that I mined and prep stuff, and maybe you'll find some ideas that I might not have talked about for, your builds. Just because there are some things I do off camera that just aren't fun. Like, you guys don't want to watch me empty out an entire chunk. That's not fun, but I've had to do that a couple times for resources, and it's not pretty. And it's also just kind of loud. Jump over here, build that. And this last one should prevent most of the spawns except for those inside the spawn chunk. And we just got another nebulous heart. Those are always nice. And just these. And once we place the... dang it. Once we place the vector plates inside and the spawners, Endermen shouldn't do any spawning. But if they continue to spawn, I'll probably set slabs and then set the vector plates on top of those slabs, because the mobs actually don't spawn on the ground, they spawn slightly above. And I'm going to need to do that almost definitely, because they will spawn inside. So let's go ahead and do this last row. Okay. Now, the only place they're going to be spawning is just like that, inside there. See? It's just like an Enderman spawner, except I don't want more Endermen. I don't want to deal with that at all. So we're going to clear this out and replace it real quick with just a bit of in-stone slabs. You're going. Really? Dude. He didn't want to fall. I don't blame him, but if he just could, that'd be very nice. Okay, let's right here. And we can build the vector plates on top of these slabs without any issue. We can actually do that. But yeah, we'll build the vector plates on this. There will be no problem with that. And Endermen shouldn't be able to spawn in these chambers at all. Now let's not jump off without flying. Gotta go grab some more of it. And there we go. Now we have flying. And now we can jump in here and do this. My favorite part. Just so satisfying to go across like that. Yeah, the Enderman's on hardcore too. He didn't want to leave. And we need more of our instone. Again with the chat, or the crafting box. There we go. And there's that one done, so no more Endermen should spawn in there. And we'll have to go to all of these to do this. Hello. Mind if I interrupt? Just do a bit of this. Oh. Something seems off about that. That's fine. And just clear that out. Nice and easy. Okay. Come over here. We have enough flying. And we can also probably bring that down if we just grab all of our endstone. Gotta be careful with that. There we go. And we'll go to this one. I should have definitely done this initially instead of waiting until the last, like the end of this process. Would have made things much easier. That one was ready to go. Almost took me with them. And a bit more of this. We are almost done. I believe this one needs to be that block. Yeah. Set that up. And let me know if you can hear the dog barking in the background. One of my neighbor's dogs, I guess, is very upset. So he's being loud. He can do that, just I want to make sure you guys can't hear it on stream. Make some more of this, and there we go. Got more flight. There we go, and always have to remember to press space before I do that, or I will just start plummeting. That's the next one. And let's go to this. Now, just to remind you guys, if you miss any part of this stream, or if you have to go or something, you don't have to stay, just because, like, you can actually find this whole stream done in the playlist that will be added once the stream is completed. And so, if for whatever reason you have to go, don't feel obligated to stick around. I appreciate it. It's very nice of you, and it helps the channel and helps the stream. But if something comes up, don't worry about it. I understand. And okay, if you can't hear the dog, then there is no dog, and you didn't hear about it. It's fine. Okay, there's that one. And we'll clear this one out. Just do like this. Yeah, this is a lot faster. There we go. And keep doing this process. And we have enough jump or flight to do this and that. We can go to the next one though. A little worried. Hello, Enderman. They just pushed their buddy off. That wasn't very nice of them. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink of water real quick. I'm back. Hydration is key. Always want to stay hydrated. And we're almost done. 50 seconds. Diamond one's definitely going to break, so let's pull another one just in case. Oh, there we go. broke on the last block. Really? Are you kidding? Well, that's just fine. Pull that out. There we go. That's it. So that should be everything. Let's go and make sure we're not missing any like wall blocks or anything. Looks good. That's good. Now, we can see the end island, but it's not within entity render distance, and that's what we care about. So let's go ahead and kill these guys, and then we'll wait a minute and see if we can see them spawn. Let's get rid of all of these, get them off our island, and we'll capstone each of these, because they will spawn on this. And speed up that admin, last one. And there we go. So we should be pretty clear of spawns, but just to reset it, let's go ahead and warp home. Give it a couple seconds. There's going to be a bit of a lag. Give it a couple seconds to re-render and like drop that off of the render. And then we'll warp back to the mob farm and we'll see if any starts spawning while we're here. Get rid of that. Now, I'm not too worried about these bottom areas because once the blood altars are there, there's not going to be any risk because blood altars don't count as spawnable tiles. So nothing can actually spawn on a blood altar, not naturally. You can force something to spawn though. And it looks like we're good. Yeah, nothing spawning, no teleports, no endermen at all. So I think we have gotten this area nice and spawn protected. Okay. So now we can start prepping the other parts of this, which is mostly the vector plates, which if you don't remember how to make those, we need a whole lot of blank plates. We need slime, which we have, and sugar. The blank plates, though, these are the hard part because we need a lot of black dye and a lot of stone. So let's go ahead and put some stuff away and get started on these vector plates. No. No visitors. I don't understand why they keep coming through. Should probably turn off the portal or something, but I have had all of my doors broken on numerous occasions. It's very confusing. Very annoying. Okay, we got that, and we need to get our dye. We have 34, which is not nearly enough. So let's get our Botania Mystical Black Petal. And we have our automatic system for growing stuff, but it's actually slower than doing this. So let's do that. Grab our efficiency shears that I forgot I had the last time we needed to do something with shears. Let's go ahead and sleep. Don't want any monsters spawning. Okay. But yeah, this little setup over here, great little thing. Very, very clever. And we'll take one just to do that with. And there we go. And then we just stand here, left clicking. We're going to get a whole bunch. I'm sorry if the sound is a bit annoying. It annoys me, frankly. But perfectly fine. We'll just go through it. And that's all of those. Should be in our bag. Yep. And then we can turn these into mystical black petals, which mystical black petals with the mortar can be turned into black dye. So let's go get that black dye using the mortar and pestle, or pestle and mortar. Just place that here, and then just like that. And we'll keep at least some of them. So let's do half and half of that, and then we'll put the rest back. Okay. Okay, now we need our stone. We do not have a shortage of stone, fortunately. And we'll do that, and we get a lot of blank plates, but this may not even be enough. And then we need sugar, so let's grab one of our stacks of sugar cane, put our stone back, and we should have a healthy amount of slimes. So let's make sugar out of sugar cane. 2 stacks should be fine. Put the rest back into cube form. There we go. Just because it's much easier to store. Alright, now let's make all of these vector plates. 64, multiple stacks of 64. I still don't know if that's going to be enough, but here's hoping. Now we could convert them into fast vector plates, It's actually very tempting. Do we have enough iron? Oh, definitely. Definitely we do. Let's go ahead and do that, I guess. Might as well. So, let's take this. Yeah, we're not going to have enough storage for that, but that's fine. It'll just drop into our backpack. And we can turn that into sugar, and let's make the fast vector plates. There we go. Now they're all fast. So now we can go start getting these mob spawner areas ready. So let's go ahead and put some stuff in our in our back inventory, because we don't need all of it. Oh, we need the angelic feather. Don't need any of this. Actually, I will keep some ender pearls on me in case of emergency. It's a blank plate, because I can foresee something happening that may require me to use that. But let's get inside each of these, and let's make sure to open this up, or we won't be able to get out very easily. And very simple process. Yep, just like that. And we just go through, and then the middle area is going to be a straight line. And this is essentially what I did for the mob farms that we have in the overworld. The creeper farm, the enderman farm, and the blaze farm are all variations of this. See, that's very fast. Jeez, that's actually faster than I thought it was going to be. And we can just go to all of these and repeat this process. And the build wand isn't effective here, though a schematic would be from Create, but I've never messed with the schematics, so I honestly can't be sure. I just know it can be used to build structures very quickly. And we'll go over here. Nope, don't need to do that. And how is the stream quality? Is there any issues you guys have picked up yet? Any glitches, audio problems, whatever that isn't just connection? Because this is my first time actually streaming on YouTube, so want to make sure that it goes well, and that if there's any problems, we get them sorted now rather than later. And yeah, these vector plates are very cool. I really like them, and the moment I found a mod pack that added them, they became a staple for pretty much everything that I build. I've even used them for long distance conveyors to move people or items between two locations that are very far away, just because of how insanely fast they can be. Oh, good. Everything's clear. That's... wow. I'm really happy about that. Okay. Awesome. Good to hear it. Good to hear it. Oh, that's the wrong way. That would be awkward. They would get stuck there if they were being pushed into something going the opposite direction. It just bounces you between them, and you end up going nowhere. Let's make sure. Did I orient these the right way? Yes. Okay. Now this one. And once we have these, we can actually start putting in the mobs, but unfortunately they won't be at optimum capacity just because we won't have enough gold to make the absolute unreasonable number of clocks. So that's all of them done. Oh yeah, I really like the placing sound. It's just very chill to listen to. And we actually had more vector plates than I thought we would. Okay, that was a lot more efficient than I was planning for. Okay, so with those done, I believe there's a couple more things we need to make. Okay, so we need the... in Create, it is the redstone link. We'll need to make a couple of those, because each of these mob spawners are going to be remote controlled, because we don't want them to all be on at the same time. We want to be able to turn them on whenever we need that specific mob. And we'll get into automatic mob farms probably later, but just because like right now that would not be efficient. I don't know why I came down here. I need this. Create, I have two. I have some brass ingots that I can go smush. And each one of these makes two, so we should just need to make 5 more? Yeah, 5 more, because there's 6. So this is 3 of them. And we'll need to make some more brass, which isn't too difficult to make. It's zinc and copper, I think. It should be zinc and copper. And we have zinc, and we have copper. So we can go ahead and... Oh, and we'll need some fuel to feed the blaze guy that's sitting inside of our create thing. Let's go do that. Okay, need some aubergine on the way. And we can actually fly up and go through the roof because that's a little faster than taking the stairs. And we are here, just like that. So let's feed this guy. Feed him a little bit. And throw that in, throw that in. Those should blend. Oh, our backpack, I forgot. Our backpack will do that, so we need to be aware. Yep. There we go, and there we go. Oh! That would have been bad. I don't want to throw in that much. And we just need to smush the rest of this brass. So that should be good. Now we just get to listen to the stirring and thunking of the create mod. It thunks very quickly. Okay. That should be done. That's done, and we can swap it out. And it's going to thunk through that. It's always surprisingly quick. In the past, when I played with the create mod, around the time of its release, this was a lot slower. Even if you cranked up the rotational speed, it took 2 hits per ingot to smush it properly. So I think they just made it quicker, because that was pointlessly slow. Okay, now we should be able to... And we need wood. I always forget that. And we also need our redstone for torches. So redstone, wood. Let's grab that and that. We should be able to make just a bunch of torches. And just make 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that should be enough. I think 8 is enough. And we'll also probably come back with some mob heads. But that's not too high priority just yet. So let's go ahead and head over there and start getting... Oh, we need comparators before I forget, because we don't want these turning on automatically. So it's... I never remember how to make comparators. Right, nether quartz, redstone torches, very easy to make. And we get our nether quartz. I think we still have the wood. So just, sure, 60 of that should be fine. And we need our stone. And let's go ahead and make these. Okay. Yeah, 20 of them, whatever, that's fine. We definitely don't need 20, but I don't want to, I don't want to select how many we're making. I'm very lazy about that. Okay, now we should be able to come in here. This is the annoying part, because this will push us all around everywhere. This is actually a little shallow, but that should be fine. So let's go ahead and pick our first one that we want spawning here. Let's do... Actually, what do you guys think we should do? Which mob spawn should we do? We have cave spider, blaze, zombie, pillager, silverfish, skeleton, more cave spiders, more blazes, zombie, spider, silverfish again, pillager again, witch. We still haven't done our witch spawner, not properly. We also have husk and more silverfish and zombies. What do you guys think? What should our first spawner be in the end? Now, mind you, it can change eventually because we can right-click it with a spawn egg, but, like, just for right now, what do you think we should do with this? No, give the stream a second to catch up. Okay, took a second to get some water while I was doing that. I need to put these away in the diamonds. We have a lot of stuff here that we don't need to have on us. Actually, I do want to go check what spawn eggs we have, because we have a couple. We're just wasting so much experience. Yep. That is always awkward. What spawn eggs do we have? Okay, we have zombie spawn eggs, and we have creeper spawn eggs, and skeleton. So it doesn't look like we have many options for spawn eggs right now. So we can't really change anything, but the only one we don't have a spawner for is creepers, which we have down there. So we could set up any of these spawns, basically most of the normal Minecraft mobs found in the overworld and blazes. So we can do any of those. I'm thinking I'll probably set up the witch spawn because witch drop several pretty good items. And I think among those is gold sometimes, but I would need to double check their loot pool. But I think the witch may be a good option right now just because of how efficient they are. That or the pillagers, though a villager might be a much better option. And yeah, skeleton would be good just because we don't have any much bone meal. Though in that same logic, getting a spider might be a good idea. And emeralds are always good. I am going to be setting up some villager trade stations to get enchants and things like that. But I do have a decent amount of emeralds right now. And yeah, bone meal does mean aesthetics. But we also need strings. So I think the ones we're going to want to set up are the pillager, skeleton, and spider. And the spider one, I'm going to have to make some changes to the inside of the room because they will climb the wall. They 100% will climb the wall. And that can be very, very awkward. So let's go ahead and head back. And let's set this up. So this one is going to be our... Let's do this as the skeleton. Where is it? Here it is. So we have to do this quick. Set this in our offhand, this in our main hand. And we're going to... Oh, have to hold shift. So spiders, they inherently climb on walls. So anytime that you are dealing with spider spawns, you have to be concerned with the fact that they are going to try and climb. Is it the comparator? Oh, what the? That was weird. Anyways, that solved itself. Now this skeleton is turned off. We can break that. The skeleton shouldn't head bump that. We can go ahead and get out here. We want to go over here. So the spiders will climb the walls even with the vector plates. So we have to do something to prevent them from doing that. And the best way to do that, I've learned, is to just add another layer of vector plates, but only on the walls. And just add that slightly up. So if they climb up, then they get chucked out and into the rest of the room. So yeah, that will happen. So they're doing their spider thing. They try and climb a wall and they get chucked back out into the center of the area. So we had to make that change, otherwise spider would definitely climb it, and we don't want that. So let's go ahead and grab our spider spawner. Don't want to use a cave spider because they will poison me. I can do that and that. That turns it off. There we go. And we'll set that. We didn't set this on the skeleton one. We should set that there, and then we can set it out here. And we'll just put a lever underneath it to turn it on and off. So that should be sufficient for the spider spawner. Let's get rid of the block underneath it. And let's set up the pillager spawner over here. Pillager are always annoying to me with spawners, just because in the past they always shot me and it was very frustrating. But this shouldn't be as bad. Now, the only one that there's no reason for us to do a spawner for is silverfish, and that's just because I don't think they actually drop anything. So there's no reason to do a silverfish spawner. Now, we can turn one of these silverfish spawner into a creeper spawner, actually. So we'll do that over here. And we already have a creeper spawner, but we can make another one. It's not a big deal. We'll turn that one into a creeper spawner. Place that on it. Break that. Right there. Oh, that's a comparator. Right there and right there. Yeah, that should be fine. We are running out of these. Okay, I needed to make more. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we have a couple of these. Let's see what else we can do. More pillager, obviously. Cave spider, cave spider, cave spider, zombie. Zombies drop some good loot. And we already have an Enderman spawner, so we can go and grab that and move that here. And we should probably do our blaze spawner here as well. So actually, no, we would... So at the end here, I'm eventually going to do a specific spawner for iron golems. So we can actually set up a spawner with a spawn egg in it that spawns iron golems. But before we can do that, we need to set up a... we need to get the stuff to turn off spawn conditions. Otherwise, it's not going to spawn because there's no villagers nearby. It's going to want there to be villagers, and there's not going to be any. So we should be able to get the zombie here. Turn that off. And there we go. Okay. And the last one should just be the blaze, which, yeah, that's, we've done a blaze spawner before. It's not too big of a deal. Set that up there, blaze spawner, turn it off, and that's it. So those are all of our spawners. Now the next thing we need to do is just set up the blood altars underneath this to make sure that they're we can one-shot mobs as we need. And we'll also need to link them to each of these and make 2 more apparently, or 2 sets. So let's go ahead and head home. Yeah, and yeah, let's make a couple more of the redstone link, or the redstone links. And we have the stuff to make it, or we should. So let's do that. Yeah, we can make 1 more. It's just gonna tell us 1 more. Oh, we're missing a, really? 1 redstone torch is missing. Okay, well, got that. Let's go grab our creeper egg to swap out the silverfish. And there we go. We only need 1 creeper egg. Let's not take both. We will accidentally spawn a creeper and blow up. And I think that's all we need. Let me think for a second. We have that. We need their heads, because I like using the mob heads for it. So we can do skeleton and zombie heads. Do we have any spider heads? I don't think so. We can do spider eyes, the spider heads probably. But it doesn't look like we have those either. Okay. We have creeper heads. Yeah, no, we don't have as many heads as I would have hoped. The pillager, what should I use to represent the pillager? Oh yeah, the redstone links are super, super useful, like unbelievably useful. Not sure what to use for the pillagers. Maybe, maybe I'll just use some arrows. Yeah, that'll work. And what else did we have? Creepers. Oh, spider. And we don't have any spider heads, so we'll just probably go with string, which I think I have in my inventory. Nope, of course not. Do I have it anywhere in here? No. Wait, do I have something to make silk? Also no. Well, we'll worry about that, I guess, when we have them, and we can do something temporary, like sticks. I'll just use some sticks. We have sticks right here. Oh, and the witch spawner will represent with sugar, just because witches can drop sugar among the things that they drop. Now, these spawners aren't optimized, which is unfortunate. They're not, like, perfectly full. And I need to move that thing up in the top right. I need to... What is the button for changing my HUD? Let me see. Nope. How am I going to move that? Something I can do in video? No. Well, I cannot tell what this is. This is the spider. Okay. So spider, your sticks. And sticks. And then this one. Oh, let me in. Come on. Okay. It's not going to let me in. This one's skeleton. Let's grab our skeleton heads. 2 of them there. If you're wondering how I have so many heads, it's not because I'm killing a lot of skeletons. It is purely just because pretty much all skeletons drop heads. Because I use Vorpal, so everything is dropping heads constantly. I think I ended up with one of the redstone links in my inventory. No? I just miscounted, I guess. Okay, pillager, you're going to be arrows. Because you guys shoot them at me. And we'll set this and that. And zombie heads. Really? That's annoying. And zombie heads. What was I trying to move? I think I may have misspoke about something. Or, because I don't actually know what you're referring to. What was I trying to move? Maybe I was, oh, I think it was when I was trying to get into the, area. It just wasn't letting me go in. So this is blazes. Dude. We can connect the thing right there, and I didn't know that was a thing. That's a neat decorative block. There we go. And this is going to be the creeper, so move that out of the way, and there we go. And creeper is as easy as just right-clicking it. Very simple, very clean. And there's that. If I could stop doing that. Okay, so these are all set up to where once I set a lever underneath these, they'll be able to turn on. Moving it. Oh, the mana thing in the top left that's up there. I actually don't know how to move it. I haven't looked into it just yet. And if you happen to know, that would be very useful because I can't see what's in the spawners by hovering them because it hides it. But hold on, actually it may be in one of the mod settings. So, I would have to go to the main menu, I think, to do that. Maybe. Video settings. No, it's not going to be in there. It's going to be in mods, isn't it? Well. Yeah, so I'm not sure how to get rid of that just at this moment. So let's go back, and we're going to need to make a whole lot of blood altars. So we need to make, I think, 6 of them? Is it 6 or 8? Let me double check. I'm wasting so much experience. I actually can't go back now. It's 6. Oh, it's in the Mana and Artifice book. That's good to know. So I'll grab that in a minute. Let's go ahead and fly back because I can't use the Waystone anymore because I don't have the experience. So I'm going to have to kill some monsters first. There we go. Benefits of being quite strong. You know, the Enderman sound to me, just every now and then, it sounds like there's a Discord notification, and I know it's not a Discord notification. It just sounds like it. It's very confusing. Okay, so we need 6 blood altars. And we'll go ahead and move that while we're talking about it. Okay, so HUD position, center. Let's do bottom right. Yeah, that's not too offensive. Actually, I know the blood menu's down there. We'll put it down there instead. Bottom left is good. Thank you so much. I was not going to figure that out on my own until I looked it up later. But now we have that. We can put away our mob drops. We don't need all of these. Put them away. These away too. That's for create. And we missed the blaze rods. Whoops. Okay, so we need to obtain a couple stacks of sugar. And because that's going to increase the spawn speed, or rather decrease the minimum spawn time between spawns for all of these spawners. We're also going to need to make the blood altars. You'd think I would have it memorized, and I do not. So we're going to need gold, furnaces, and stone. I think that's stone? Yeah, stone. Let's get stone, cobblestone to make furnaces, and our gold, which we are low on. Which is also part of why we're doing these farms, is we're going to need a lot more gold coming up, and I'm just, yeah, we don't have enough. Okay, So I think I have some over in our super smelter thing. Let's check. Okay, so we have enough. Phew, I was worried. So we have that, and then we just need to make the rune stones, the blank runes. Those are easy to make, just need blank slates. So we just gotta go cook some stone in one of our blood altars. Not too big of a deal. Should also be pretty quick, and I think it's just normal stone, right? Yeah, just any stone. Forge any stone. Okay, let's go down here. And we'll let this go while... Actually, can we do multiple? No, we can't. Okay. I always forget that. So let's run back upstairs and we'll put away some things and grab our blood magic stuff to keep going with this little process. Don't need that. Don't need our block of coal or our nether quartz right now or any more gold. Air shard can go away. And let's grab our... I have a stronger one. Where is that? That is going to be... Am I blind? Probably blind. Where is it? I think it's my apprentice one. So I don't know where the other one is, or if there is another. Oh wait, I think it's in the table down here, now that I think about it. Oh yeah, there it is. Huh. The magician's blood orb, that's what I was needing. Okay. I always loathe this process just because of how unbearably slow it is. Oh wait, it has to be in a tier 1 altar? Hold on. Did it make a weird one? It did. Okay. That's not what we needed. I think this one should work. Okay, yeah, this is turning it into the right one. So we should be able to automate this process by setting this up real fast. So if we do that, we should be able to put stone in this, and every time we right click this, it should automatically pull it out or automatically restock it. So we're just gonna wait here a minute while this goes. And it's going to go through blood very quickly. We can actually, now that I think about it, we should probably turn this on and have it going so we can keep restocking it with blood. Keep filling it with blood. Yeah, so this is definitely a slower one. Why does it seem like that one's taking forever? It's very weird. Not sure why that is. Oh, I need to turn on magnetism again. Oh, that would have been risky. Sometimes they'll blow up. There's no way it needs that many. Oh, it's turning all of them at once. I understand now. Yeah. So it's making all of them at once, and it was trying to make a bunch. Okay, so no and no. Don't need any of these things in here. Okay, so that's good to know. We don't actually have to sit here and wait, because it's just going to make them all at once. So let's go ahead and get all of these various items, and we can do that with the stone. And then sort of just leave it here. It's going to fill it, but oh, we won't have enough blood now that I think about it. It's definitely not going to have enough. So we will need to stand here and smack this. This is the fun part. And it's going to keep increasing that cost. Wow. So maybe it's just more efficient to do it one by one, now that I'm thinking about it. Unless we have this automated, which I don't have a player damage thing that would automate it, or anything to use the sacrificial dagger automatically. Yeah, so let's just do this manually. As annoying as it may be. Okay, one by one. Okay, while I'm doing that, I'm going to check some things about the stream. Just to make sure everything is working as intended. Go ahead and pull these things in here. Get that, and we have the one we need. And we need an open inventory, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and turn that off, unless we need it on. Okay. Okay. I'm actually really surprised. I'm not getting any stream errors. There's no problems. It's all very clean, especially for the inaugural stream. And there's that. Take all these out. Reinforced slate. That's the wrong kind. Oh, that's because I right-clicked it with a blank slate. Oh no. Need to remember to not do that, or that's going to get awkward. Now let me see. Are these slates just specific? So imbued is if you put it in a tier 3, demonic is tier 4, and ethereal you can't make it. Reinforced though, I thought you needed to put in a blank slate to make it. Oh, what it was oh, it immediately starts converting into the next tier if I don't click it. That is really good to know. Huh. So you can see it immediately starts swapping it to the next tier if I don't take it out. So it'll immediately upgrade these runes without me doing that. I never noticed that before. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of these. I think we're going to need... it's going to take... Each one needs 8, I think. We need to turn this one on. Yeah, each one needs 8 of these to make into a tier 1. 4 of them can be upgraded, the rest are not. I'm going to turn down mob sounds. Hostile creatures, let's get that down. Yeah, so we're going to need 6 times 8. What is that, like 48? I think it's 48. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to need like 48 of these to keep doing what we want to do and set up the sacrifice system that we're going to have for mob farming, which is what we're doing right now. And we want to do that so that whenever we get into flying using blood magic, we never run out of blood, because we have our all our mob farms filling all of our things. Yeah, so that automatically upgraded it, so we can do that, and it will move it to the blank slate. But if we leave it, it'll move it up to the imbued slate tier, which we don't want to do. Okay, so that's done. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to call the stream once we've gotten the blood altar set up and we can turn on the mob spawners, just because like I don't want to stream all day and night, because I could end up just playing this like for the next couple days, to be completely honest. I really enjoy this mod pack, and I spend a lot of time on it, just doing small things to make sure things are set up properly. So that's how I've ended up with like 166 days so far, and the local difficulty is 6.12. So I'm definitely pretty deep into this world. But yeah, this stream is honestly going quite well. And that's 13. Need 48. Very fun. We're gonna run out of blood soon here. And I will eventually set up a much larger blood altar, but that will be using villagers as fuel. And we will get to that later, because that's a tier 4 and that's going to be complicated, and Very expensive. Very, very expensive. This alone, like just making this took me like 4.5 hours of sitting here doing exactly what I'm doing. It was so slow. And not to mention making the other ones that I have. Like I just sat like this, doing nothing with stacks of stone. I say 4.5 hours. It wasn't really that long. It felt like a long time. Some more aubergine. And clicking around, checking some things. Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and heat up some more blazes for their blood, because blazes are notoriously known for their blood. I mean, if you've played Tinker's Construct, you do use blaze blood in that. In the newer versions. It's very commonly used. It's actually the best fuel, I think. And we are just about halfway there. And this is actually a slower spawn area. And let's keep going. I haven't upgraded this to the fast vector plates, so it's not as fast as it could be, and also the spawner's not optimized, but the idea will be that we can get the spawners optimized eventually, and it'll just take some time. Okay. Kill some more blazes. This is a fun little routine. Yeah, and this is part of the reason why there wasn't a video of me like prepping and building the whole blood altar, just because of how long it takes to do this, or setting up the other mob spawners, just because like it's a slow process and it doesn't make good content for a video, but for a stream it's, I mean, you know, it's something. It makes a lot more sense, in my opinion. And I do want to stream more, but right now my schedule only really allows me to stream on Saturdays. But I'm hoping eventually we can get to the point where like I can stream a lot more often. And maybe even someday make this my job, but that is a long ways away. But hopefully we'll get there. Just hopefully we'll get there. Let's get a couple more out. And we need more of these. I think we need 19 more, and that should be enough to make the things we want to make. And then we'll do a test of them, and then probably end the stream there. Unless there's anything you guys want me to touch on before the end of the stream, that's probably where we're gonna end up. Man, I should add more speed things. Just 3 is not fast enough. Before I was doing this with none on a very basic altar, so it was a lot slower. And I had to sacrifice my own life because I didn't have the spawners set up. Almost there. Well, thank you very much, John. It's always really nice to hear positive things like that from people. Because I really enjoy this, like, making videos and doing content and stuff. It's very fun for me, and I'm honestly just excited for, like, the people that I've met that also make content, and just the skills that it teaches that you just wouldn't expect. It's a lot harder than I thought going into it, but I'm really glad I started it. We are almost there, just 8 more. This process is so slow. Oh, and we're out of blood. Yep. Okay. Come on. Spawn. Need to refill this. There we go. And keep them spawning. Yeah, and this is part of why I wanted to build it in the end, because these spawners are made inefficient by the fact that there are other monsters within render distance of these. So it kind of makes it a little awkward, because sometimes, oh, dang it, sometimes it will just it will just stop working if I've hung out in this chunk for too long and I have to warp somewhere else, just because like there's too many monsters. So even if I turn on the spawner, it doesn't work. Doesn't really care that I've turned on the spawner. They don't spawn. Just because there are entity limits. So if there's too many hostile mobs in a single chunk, it will stop spawning them. And that's a lag prevention, which it's very nice that they did that, but I'm trying to farm blazes and experience, and they are not making that easy. And part of the reason I need to farm experience is it cost 101 levels to fix this pick, and I don't have that, and I don't want to fix it with Tinkers just yet because I have some plans for that, but I think that's all we need actually. So we can go and turn that off and start making the runes. So we're going to want runes of sacrifice and blank runes. So the blank runes, super easy to make. Just need any type of stone and that. I think it's the same for these. Yeah, we need the blank runes. We'll make 48 of these. We don't have enough stone for that. We'll run up and grab some more. But it's going to treat it like we can only make one because we only obviously have one blood orb, but that's fine. It'll figure it out eventually. So let's do... Oh, we can put the rest of this in here. Just fill this whole grid up. So we need a lot. I think we're gonna have enough. We can balance the grid. Just shy. Skip that song. That was an annoying one on the playlist. Before I streamed, I actually went and listened through the entire playlist to make sure there wasn't any songs that I did not like. And there were many. Should be able to do that, and then there we go. Yeah, made all of the blank runes, and then we get runes of sacrifice. Oh, right. The gold problem. I forgot about the gold problem. I forgot completely about the gold problem. So we're going to hop into the nether and get some gold. That's annoying. Oh, and actually, this is good because I've never actually showed you guys my... Oh, it's the jukebox. Oh, and I threw out my pick. It's that annoying jukebox effect. Need that to not happen. Turn ambient environment off. That should stop it for now. So this is actually where I have been farming ancient debris. It's way down here. And I think we're coming close to it. Yeah, it's these tunnels, which I've cleared out a lot, and this is actually my second set of tunnels. Because I went somewhere else and my first set was just lava. Yeah, you can see like, this is what I've been mining. This is where all of my pick goes, is these tunnels, which are just for getting ancient debris because I did not have much of it. And now I have considerably more of it, more than I need, to be completely honest. But I will need it eventually, so I keep it. And I just need to stop doing that. Let's run up and go find ourselves some gold and use fortune to get a lot more gold. Okay, so shouldn't be too hard to find as long as I don't jump into bristle. Oh hey, it's one of the man and artifice guys, imps. They're pretty neat. I don't really like their faction though. It's kind of boring. They don't really give many useful perks as opposed to some of the other factions. Now, we're looking for gold in the walls. Here we go. Okay, let's turn that to shapeless. We can hop up here, see if there's any more. Nope. And let's keep looking around. I think I saw someone, yeah, right here. We can take some of our endstone to get that. That's 52 golden nuggets, which is not enough. But, oh, is that? Yeah, that's nether gold. There we go. Oh, doing some falling. Let's not do that too much. Don't make a habit of that. Let's keep looking. It's bound to be more. I'm also probably missing it because the new texture, I think that's, is that infested or? Let's bounce up here. Yeah, pervaded netherrack. That's glowstone. Which is neat, but not what we need. And no gold here. None here. Hello, guy with an enchanted sword. Yeah, it's getting to the point they have enchanted weaponry, so kind of unfair. Not like I have enchanted weaponry. Definitely not. Nether gold. Nether gold. How many are we at? 221. So we can... and spread the grid. And that makes 24 of our ingots now. How many do we need to make all of these? So we just make sure that stays there. Oh, I didn't even realize we need more of the reinforced slates. Oh, right. Need a lot more reinforced slates. Oh, geez. That's frustrating. So we have to make even more. Okay. Well, at the very least, we can get started with a few of them. Is there any more gold? Yeah, there's some up there. Let's hop our way up. Man, I haven't done blood magic in a hot minute, so I somehow just immediately forgot all the recipes. I don't know where that gold went. Oh, it's right there. Okay. Okay, let's hop down. There we go. Yeah, so it's looking like we're going to... Oh no. You're going to break my doors, aren't you? Okay. They break my doors, and I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with them breaking my doors. It is very annoying. And where did I put the stone? Didn't I have stone? Oh, right, I used it to craft. But we have to go make more of this. This is very fun. Turn that back on. Make more blood. We have to make a whole lot more of the things to make the runes of sacrifice. Hello. You're hitting me, or trying to. It looks like you had tried to say something before, but I think it got filtered. So, I'm not sure what you were trying to say, Roblin. But I believe there's something in the configs that lets me turn that off. But it's a it's an ambient music box thing that sets there to be a reading that. Yeah, when a mob spawns with the backpack. Oh, so it's a mob that has the backpack. I've never been able to find the source. Yeah, so I'll go digging through the configs to find that. Let's get this. And that's some more of them. Now, which ones do we need? Reinforced? It's made for making a blank slate. Oh, I'm not meaning to make that. Is this making an imbued or a blank? Hold on, let me double check. Reinforced is made from putting a blank slate in a tier 2. What did I just make? Reinforced. Okay. Turn that and upgrade it. And so it looks like some of your messages might have just gotten filtered. I'll see if they're in my side later, but I'm not able to see all of the messages that you tried to send. I'll check the stream moderator later to see if you got put there instead. Let those turn into the next thing. We can actually make a couple more of these right away. So, Rune of Sacrifice. And at least get enough to make one decent thing. Okay, the sophisticated backpacks config. That... Oops, excuse me. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I can go and change that after the stream probably, and that will no longer be a problem. The YouTube filter is kind of weird sometimes, but that can be said about any filtering. It could have just thought you said something that you didn't, or like read two sentences or two words that were next to each other as one word that got caught by the filter. Or it could have thought your message was just too long and noped you. Okay, so I think that's going to be enough to at least have one. So we can go set at least one of them up and get the rest of them started. And that will pretty much be all that we have time to do today. Yeah, so let's go to our mob farm. And now, the very fun part. So I think if we do, and we want to place the blood altar here, yeah, like that, and then we should be able to just do corners with, and these aren't spawnable blocks, nothing can spawn on them, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're going to set the Rune of Sacrifice on this one right now. But yeah, nothing can spawn on these. And we also have to keep them, hold on, let's get some flying. We also have to keep them exposed, so nothing can be placed on top of them, I don't believe. But if something can, that would be nice. But I've never been able to get it so that like you can place things on top of them without breaking them. Okay, now we've done that. Now we just need a stick and a cobblestone. And we can turn this one on. And we'll go ahead and use our sugar on it to amp it up. So we should be able to reach. Yeah, so we can reach from here. And you can see our sugar's going down. Right now we're just reducing the minimum tick time for this specific spawner. So once that's done and it stopped going, yeah, it did, then we can put the lever here, turn it on, and they should start spawning, though the maximum spawn time isn't reduced because we don't have the gold for clocks, but we'll get that later. But we can at least get this going. And it should start them spawning in just a moment. Unless it's, oh. I have to set this to receiving. There we go. I'll have to go and do that for all of them. But you have to remember to set one of them to receiving, one of them to sending. This is sending a signal to that, so it receives it. And they should start spawning, provided their conditions are met. And it may take a minute just because our maximum spawn time isn't reduced. And we just do this. There we go. Now we have a very effective skeleton spawner that, as we upgrade it with some clocks, will become even more effective. But yeah, these will go pretty much just like this, and we can set all of these up to do that. We can go ahead and actually place the blood altars. I'm going to prep to do that. So blood altar, blood altar, blood altar, and one more blood altar. Yeah, so each of these is going to be a very, very useful thing. And basically, we're not going to be able to progress if we don't have this set up. And we'll eventually get versions that does it itself, because the sacrificial plates don't actually require you to use the dagger of sacrifice. It technically accepts if anything is dying nearby. It doesn't have to die by the dagger, but it just prefers the dagger because the dagger instant kills and gives more resource. So I think we can build these without the sacrificial plates. We'll just replace the plates later. Oh, that is going to be a problem then. Okay, we can solve that very simply. Very simple solution. You know what? I'll actually see if this works. Let me see. Okay, it still says it's tier 2. Yeah, okay, this still works. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Get him off of that. There we go. Yeah, we have to cover these quickly or there's going to be a lot of people spawning. Oh no. Okay. That should be sufficient, and we can build these out as needed. How many seconds of flight? Just a few. All we need, though. And that's all we can do at the moment. We can get these all set up. Let's make sure they're all set to receiving. There we go. Set this one to receiving. There we go. It's the very fun part. And I have extra reach because of one of my trinkets. I believe it's the treasure hunter trinket thing. Either way, all of these should work pretty well. So we can give them just each a gentle test. And we need cobblestone. So hold on. Let me make sure I have this. There we go. And that's cobblestone. And make some levers. Doop. And oh, that's not where that goes. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Block those up so they can't get out. The spider one will have to block up even more than the rest because they will try and slip out of the gap. So we'll actually block this one with a slab. And that should be sufficient to block them because they can't climb. This counts as a full block for them. So this one is the, yeah, this is the spiders, I think. Let's test. Yep. Actually. Oh, they're getting intercepted by these. So we'll need to expand it like this. Okay. So this is good to know. I would not have realized this. So we can pull this out like this. And hello, where'd you come from? Little break that. Break that. Oh, we can hit him from here, I guess. Desecrating. Okay, so yeah, this still works. It's just I'll have to make some changes to get it to real efficiency, which is probably just going to be doing like this. Yeah, so that works. And we'll have a slightly different angle for these spiders to farm them. We'll turn that off, and yeah, that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you guys all for joining. Like, really, I wasn't expecting much of a turnout, but we actually got considerably more than I was planning for. So really, thank you all who showed up. And yeah, I think I can switch this to, yeah, I can. But yeah, there should be a video coming on Monday. I'll need to re-record some stuff, and I also have some new content coming out in this next week. I'm going to start doing some adventure maps as well, and like puzzle maps that people have made, or a couple parkour maps, just because I really enjoy the content that the community makes. So I do want to start exploring some of that content. But as per usual, if you guys haven't subscribed, please do so, as it does help the channel, and leave a like on this stream. And hey, go check out some of my other videos if you're new. And if you're not, well, thank you for being here. Really, like, we're at over 130 subscribers, and I've only been doing this for a couple of months. I've heard it takes so long to get to where I'm at, and I'm just so happy that I was able to get here in what feels like such a short amount of